Calling a guy that's been a top 10 pick in 2 major professional sports a future superstar is probably not a hot take by any means, but I wouldn't say it unless I truly meant it. Kyler Murray is somebody that caught my eye at Oklahoma and was one of those prospects that I knew would thrive regardless of which team drafted him. Some quarterbacks need to go to the right situation. Just look at how 2018's Arizona Cardinals quarterback turned out. But for Murray, he possesses so many special traits that he was going to make the players around him better and didn't need the perfect environment that some other quarterback prospects need. For me, Murray does everything well that I think makes a good quarterback. He's accurate at every level, he has above average arm strength, he's a good decision maker for the most part, makes things happen on broken plays, reads defenders and puts the ball in perfect spots depending on the coverage, and of course the added bonus of him being one of the quickest and most mobile players in the league definitely helps as well. I really like the Cardinals as a team going forward, but for Murray specifically, he will benefit greatly from an offensive coach that fits his skill set really nicely and some really talented weapons around him. His current head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, coached the likes of Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum, Johnny Manziel, and Davis Webb while he was coaching at the collegiate level. Obviously, the guy's been around some great quarterback talent, and in an interview that he did before being named the Cardinals head coach, he admitted that he would take Kyler Murray #1 overall in the NFL draft if he was given the chance.
Well, I'd take him with the first pick of the draft if I could. I know he signed up to play baseball, but
Well, 2 years later and coming off a 3-13 season, the Arizona Cardinals hired Kingsbury, who, what do you know, happened to have the first overall pick of the draft. A year prior, the Cardinals traded up for UCLA quarterback Josh Rosen, but Kingsbury felt he wouldn't fit his spread and air raid offense as well as Kyler Murray would. Once Kyler was taken by Arizona, Rosen was shipped to Miami for a late second-round pick, and it was officially Kyler Murray's team. In his first NFL season, Kyler Murray put up 16 games played, which I think is important because with a shorter player, some people had durability concerns, 3,722 passing yards, a 64% completion percentage, 20 passing touchdowns, 12 interceptions, an 87.4 quarterback rating, 6.9 yards per attempt, 93 rushing attempts for 544 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, and 5.8 yards per carry. Those numbers weren't staggering, but good enough to win Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. Now let's get into some examples of his gameplay and why I think there's nothing this guy can't do. Here's a 3rd and 14 play against the Lions in his first career game, by the way. Murray had 4 options on this play: the go route on top of the screen, the deep crosser in the slot from Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald running a seam route below him, and on the bottom of the screen, a comeback route. The Lions played man defense and one safety drops into an underneath coverage, so Murray realized this and gave Fitzgerald a deep ball that only he can catch. Notice how the ball was placed on Larry's outside shoulder and away from the safety. This is not only a pinpoint accurate throw, but a great job of reading the defense that he was against. This was an overtime in his first game once again. Watch the patience of this 22-year-old in his first NFL start that he represents on this play. He literally goes through all his progressions, reads both sides of the field, even acts like he's going to make a pass at the top of the screen at one point, but once again he finds Fitzgerald showing off great arm strength and putting the ball away from the corner where only his guy can get it. Not many guys show this type of patience, decision making, and accuracy all in the same play, especially in their first career game. So you don't think Kyler can zip the ball through a tight window because of his size? Well, think again. Look at this throw against the Ravens in week 2 that requires really good arm strength, accuracy, and overall trusting your ability. He fits the ball perfectly through a tight window between 2 linebackers sitting in his zone and gets the ball to Christian Kirk for a nice gain. Only a guy with confidence in himself and his abilities will even dare to make a throw like this. Okay, well, what about a play where a defensive end is completely left unblocked? That's going to be a sack and a negative play in most cases, but not for Kyler Murray. Despite the offensive line miscommunication, Murray with his unbelievable quickness finds a way to turn this into a 20-yard gain. Can Kyler drop the ball between 3 defenders perfectly against the zone defense? Well, yeah, he most definitely can. In this play at Cincinnati, Murray was given a Tampa 2 look on defense, which is supposed to drop the middle linebacker and take away the area in the middle of the field about 20 yards away from the line of scrimmage. So based on the defensive look, they tried preventing a big completion over the middle, but that's exactly what happened. Watch this perfect touch pass to Pharoh Cooper over the middle of the field here. Earlier, I raved about his arm strength and deep ball accuracy, and here is a prime example of it. On this play action pass, he hits Damiere Byrd for a 58-yard gain, and let's pay attention to how far he actually throws the ball and how accurate it was. Kyler released the ball around the Arizona 33-yard line, and it wasn't caught until Atlanta's 14-yard line. If my math is correct, that's 53 yards where the ball is in the air and caught right in stride on the perfect pass. Here is a great throw and a deep crosser to end the Isabella, and although Isabella does a great job after the catch, the perfect ball placement can't go unnoticed here. The Niners are in man coverage, and although Emmanuel Moseley doesn't make the best play on the ball, it was just out of his reach and out of his grasp and hit Isabella perfectly in stride to allow him to create yards after the catch. This was my favorite throw from Kyler Murray during his rookie season. His offensive line, especially the left side, completely breaks down on this play, and even while backpedaling to buy himself extra time, he lays out a perfect pass in stride to Pharoh Cooper for a 23-yard gain. With the high safety over the top, this ball literally had to be in a perfect spot, and it was. Even with his footwork slightly off, Kyler was still able to convert on this big play. When you see in the stat sheet that Kyler Murray completed a 21-yard touchdown pass to Larry Fitzgerald, you probably didn't think it went down like this. One of the things I look for in a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback is, do they have the ability to make something out of nothing on broken plays? Here's an instance where Kyler Murray is flushed out of the pocket, and due to the threat of his running ability, the Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner comes off Larry Fitzgerald to stop Kyler, but he flips a pass to Larry last second for a touchdown. Not many quarterbacks are this good on broken plays, but names like Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes come to mind when I think of the best quarterbacks at doing that sort of thing. But why can't Kyler Murray be in that conversation one day? There were many great plays from his rookie season, but these were the ones that stood out to me the most. With an improved roster around Kyler and him getting more used to the NFL, I'm very excited to see what he can do in the near future. This might be crazy, but if he ever worked his way into the top 3 quarterback conversation with Mahomes, Wilson, even Lamar Jackson, I would not be surprised by that at all. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, then let me know, and I'll talk to you next time.